Hello, everybody. It's Tracy and Bob again, another episode of Talking Tech. And today we're going to be talking tech with our very own Jim Holmer. Jim is an instructor at our Atlanta Training Center, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about additives and reducer selections. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got to say.
Well, I'm Jim Holmer. I'm the instructor here at the Norcross Training Center in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been with AkzoNobel for 35 years, and I've been the instructor here at the training center and a member of the technical team for 30 years now.
Got quite a home,
Jim,
huh?
yeah, that's a long time, and I know you've been very helpful with me, bringing me on as an instructor, and so you're full of good advice, and you got something you'd like to share with people out there today.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about solvents and additives in the paint, and basically how to choose the right ones or why we need to choose the right ones. So when it comes to our products, we have several different additives you could put in them as far as the speed wise goes. Okay, and start with base coat. So when it comes to spraying base coat, normally when it comes to colors, high metallic colors, a lot of painters struggle occasionally with problems such as mottling, silver halos in their blends, mottling in their blends, and also dark side tones in their blend areas. And a lot of times that directly relates to the solvent they chose. Usually it's caused by using too fast of a solvent. All those things that I just mentioned are all caused by metallics standing up and not laying down in the paint film. So it's important that when we choose a solvent for our base coat, that we choose the right one, being a slower one on these high metallic colors to allow the metallics to settle into the finish and flatten themselves out, which in turn will minimize the risk of these things happening. It's when it comes to our other products, such as, for example, sealer. We make different speeds of additives for the sealer also. When somebody uses too fast of an additive in their sealer, they tend to have to over apply it in order to get it to lay out smooth. Okay. When they do that, they put obviously an excessive amount on there. When you get done with the paint job, there's a high risk of, after it's been painted, it sits for a day or so, of the clear coat starting to pinch up and start to lose some gloss. And that is directly related a lot of times to the sealer being over applied. Another thing when it comes to additives is clear coats. If we go too fast of an additive for a clear coat, again, the same thing when it comes to applying it, we tend to have to over apply it to go try to get it to flow out. Now, one obvious problem when over applying clear coat is the fact that we could get runs. Another one is when we're over applying it is it doesn't lay out really flat and smooth. It looks just kind of heavy. And it is important, as we know, to not only match color on a car, but also match the texture of the clear coat. So when they end up with that heavy look, again, it just does not match the texture of the vehicle. So the other extreme is they could end up with solvent pops in their clear coat and also dieback and loss of gloss. So what it really comes down to is when we're choosing additives for the paint, we need to consider the environment we're spraying in, the temperature we're spraying in, and as seasons change, we need to change our additives. So as it gets warmer, we need to slow things down. When it gets cooler out in the wintertime, then we might want to speed it up a little bit. But what it all comes down to is the additives are there to make the paint act the same, whether we're spraying at 60 degrees or at 90 degrees, the paint should act the same. And so we just get more consistency that way and easier application by using the right solvents, and generally going a little slower one makes everything easier. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys.
No, that's great information, Jim, and appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us. Appreciate you guys out there watching. Thanks for choosing AkzoNobel. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you next time.